Babylon. A lot of mud brick and not much else. Why do the Russians want to dig it up?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. This is episode 2 and we are starting in level 2 in Babylon. As you may remember if you saw the last episode, I correctly predicted what it would be that Indiana Jones would say at the start of this level. The first thing Indy says when he comes into the start of the next level is, Babylon, a lot of mud brick and not much else. Why would the Russians want to dig it up? I mean, I didn't predict it as such, I just knew that that's what he was going to say because I'm rather familiar with this level as well as the previous one. So, we had a little bit of plot exposition at the end of the last episode. I would thoroughly recommend going and seeing it if you haven't already because it does give you a bit of a clue as to what's actually going on here. So, I'll try and do my best to fill in some of the gaps. The lady we met at the end of the last episode, look at him in there. He does not look happy to be there. He looks a bit... Does he look a bit like Nicolas Cage? I think he looks a bit like Nicolas Cage. I've never noticed that before because this is the first time I've seen these characters in like HD. I think he looks a bit like Nicolas Cage. Okay. Well, anyway, the lady we met at the end of the last episode is Sophia Hapgood, who I believe is a character from a previous Indiana Jones game. Quite possibly Fate of Atlantis? Was that the point and click one, I think? I'm not too sure. Anyway, she has psychic powers, so we will do well to listen to anything that she has to say to us, just in case it turns out to be correct. Anyway, there is a Russian physicist doctor called Dr. Gennady Volodnikov. And you may also remember in the last episode I had a lot to say about the dialogue in this game. Well, brace yourselves and buckle in because there's plenty more I have to say on that. So this physicist is doing some work here in Babylon to try and discover God. He's going to tell us a bit more about that right now. Well, he's going to tell us a bit more right now, as in when I managed to jump on top of the roof of this building and spy on him because Nicolas Cage there didn't see us peeping through the window. And as you may have also noticed, there was no one else in the room. When we finally get onto the roof, Dr. Volodnikov shall appear.
The Ministerstva hereby reminds Comrade Dr. Volodnikov that socialist theory disavows the existence of supernatural powers.
Those doctrinaire apparatchiki. What is it? They think I'm out here searching for God?
Possibly. I'm just decoding the message, sir.
I'm searching for Marduk, a creature the Babylonians worship as a god, but he doesn't live in heaven, just on another plane.
What kind of plane, sir? Soviet or American?
Not airplane, you idiot. It's another dimension of reality. The Ethereum.
Be careful, Professor. When questions of ideology arise, they often conceal doubts about methods and results.
In Foreign Ministerstva, we're making excellent progress, all according to plan. We know the true story is waiting in the room of the tablets. That's where we'll find out what happened to the tower and to the machine Marduk inspired. We're close. It's a matter of days. And damn the ideology!
There we go, Dr. Matt Lucas there, telling us a little bit more about what he's doing in Babylon. Now, dialogue. Let's talk about that for a moment. Can we jump up and shimmy along here? It looks like we can. I've never actually done that before. Never done that before. I would always just jump over to this archway right here. Or at least that's what I would do. But first I've got to take out that little Russian soldier just down there. Good effort, Indy. So, dialogue. This game is very bad. Excuse me, very bad for it.
Quite an operation the Russians have going here. Makes me jealous. The site is crawling with guards. I better steer clear.
Well, that's something new. Never seen that cutscene before. Good to know. So, dialogue. Let's just take this guy out first. He had no idea. Oh, then his friend starts getting involved. That's okay. We can just hide and wait for him. We'll just wait here and he'll come to us in a moment. Here he comes. So, as I was saying, the dialogue. What this game does is it punctuates the English-speaking Russians with Russian words every now and then. So you may have noticed it in that little bit right there when he would say something like, it was something like, "The Ministerstva hereby reminds Comrade Dr. Valdnikov," right? So the guy was speaking English. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I wasn't ready for you. Need to get the good gun sorted now. We're losing health quite rapidly. So he spoke English fairly well. That's a given, because we understood everything else he said.
A gun.
But why did he need to have... Why was Ministerstva
Some medicine.
in Russian? Because, as was then proven, Dr. Volodnikov spoke English very well and used the word Ministerstva himself. What I don't understand is why, and it's in these kinds of video games when the antagonists are like the Russians, or the Russian army, I should say, or in games where you're up against the Nazis or something like that, and you have the characters that speak English so that the players can understand, but just to remind you that they are from a different country, every now and then they just punctuate their dialogue with odd words from that language. So I find it really kind of immersion breaking. And oh, beep beep beep, trouble going on in my hometown. I find it really immersion breaking. Not as immersion breaking as my phone going off while I'm recording, mind you, but like here I am, I'm just watching two Russian guys, and I can kind of suspend my disbelief in that I am listening to two Russian men conversing. You know, they're conversing in Russian, but it's been transcribed into English for us, that's fine. But the fact that they can be talking in fluent English and then just punctuate it. Like Dr. Volodnikov's response was, "Those doctrinaire apparatchiki," or something like that. I was like, why not just say whatever that's supposed to be? You know? Am I wrong? Does that make sense? Or I don't know. It just... Oh, there's another spider. Okay, we need to kill these before they poison us. I don't know, it just kind of strikes me as being a bit... There's no treasure here? I wouldn't have wasted all this time around here if there was going to be no treasure. I thought there was treasure here. Okay, well, disregard everything. Never mind. Yeah, it just always strikes me as odd, because then I find myself thinking, well, rather than being immersed, now I'm wondering if those are actual Russian words. I don't know, it always just kind of throws me off a little bit. It always throws me off, and this game does it a lot. When in every exchange with the Russians, there is a point where they will use a Russian word. What I might do throughout this playthrough, actually, just so that everyone gets something out of this, what I might do is I may actually... I'll spend a bit of time and translate some of those Russian words so that we know exactly what they're saying. I mean, not professionally translate, like just talking Google Translate, right? But so that we can at least kind of have a vague idea of what those words were supposed to be and provide a wider context. I think that would be quite interesting. We can all learn something. If they're going to punctuate the English with odds and ends of Russian, maybe we should try and learn some Russian along the way. If we translate the Russian into English, that might be a cool idea. I need to put my food in the oven because I need to do myself some lunch. I will be right back. Alrighty, do apologise for the little delay right there. We're going to get our good gun sorted now. We've got some bullets for that. Wonderful. I also took the opportunity to check out my phone and see what all the trouble is going on in the local area. And for those of you who do not know, I am a assistant manager in a bar, and we have a little group that lets us all chat with each other and let us know when someone's having an issue with a particular customer, so that then we can give all the other managers a heads up in the area and go, just so as you know, this guy has had too much to drink and therefore should not be served anymore. And then all the other managers can go, right, gotcha, so that when he turns up in another venue, we can all go, nah, sorry my friend, you have had far too much. And it's a great little idea, like it's fantastic. from the point of view of running a venue, it helps keep everything nice and safe. You keep an eye on the local area so you know what you need to be ready for. There he goes again. In this particular instance, there's a man who I'm gonna call him Davy Jones because that's my nickname for him, and also just to protect his identity. I doubt he'll ever come to be known as a result of this video, but I'm gonna call him Davy Jones anyway. He has a mild resemblance to him, and this man drinks an awful lot. He wanders into any pub that will serve him and will just drink until they do not give him another beer. To the point where I've never heard him be articulate. Every exchange I ever had with him was always kind of like, I would go, "You're right." Oh, sorry, can't see.
Their trucks go right through the checkpoint. That's my passport.
It certainly is, Indy, but hold that thought for just one moment because we've got some exploration to do over here. So as I was saying, he would come in, and this is before he ever really became much of an issue in the town. He would come in and, I'd say to him, "Oh, you're right, mate, what can I get for you?" To which I'm sure most people would respond with something like, "I'll have a beer, please." To which I would then go, "Oh, help me out, I've got loads, you want to tell me which one you want? Your Carling, Stella, Foster's, other brands are available." That's what most people would do. They would give me the name of a beer, and I would go, "No drama, let me sort that out for you." This man would come in, and even if it's his first drink of the day, he would come in and I'd go, "What can I get for you?" And he'd go,
Some medicine.
Just point at a beer, and you go, which I'm fairly sure is alcohol damage, certainly alcohol related. The most articulate I've ever heard him is when I saw someone who had given him a drink. He then went off he stumbled towards the bathroom, let's be fair. And while he was in the bathroom, they were like, "Nah, we shouldn't have done it." So they just took the beer away and threw it away. They should cut him off and tell him to leave. He comes back, and bearing in mind, normally he's like just kind of mumbles. On this occasion, "Where's my pint?" It was sensational. It was the most articulate I've ever heard him be. Anyway, he's prowling around the local town at the moment, and everyone's just trying to keep an eye on him so that they can make sure they don't serve him. Anyway, for this part of for the level, as Indy said, their trucks go right through the checkpoint. That's his passport. It certainly is. As a truck goes past, you just roll onto the roof, and that is that. Uh-oh is right. We're just going to roll off the front here. The driver in this lorry clearly has no idea what's going on. And we're just going to power down here and pick up these supplies before we get too involved. The truck goes on its way. See you later. Oh, he knows. He wants something to do. That's fine. He can have something to do. I just need to gather these bits and bobs up first.
Some medicine.
Then he can have it. Take it out. Okay, we are very nearly dead. I can't believe we haven't found a single treasure yet. I feel like I've missed some. Never mind. So the trauma kits heal an entire... heal us back to full health, as do the medicinal herbs, or herbs, as Indiana Jones calls them. Whilst the medicinal sprigs and the first aid kits heal us for one circle. Just like that. I'm just going to grab some more ammo for this gun. This gun would probably end up being the default for most of your playthrough. Where is he? I'm being pounded from all sides here. All I can do is just try and dodge, because for now there is no more No, I can't shoot anyone else because there is him just up there. But I don't have a gun with a long enough range, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to play this one stealthily and casually. Which means... Oh, I was hoping you'd kind of point at the barrel. Don't try it. Oh no. Okay, I'm being pounded from all sides. We're gonna take a trauma kit for a full heal and power him just like that. I'm not used to playing on this difficulty. You can set don't even try it. I see you aiming. You can set different difficulties here in the gameplay. We're slightly above average just there. So, you know, it's mildly challenging to say the least. Let's take all these barrels out just to cause a little bit of destruction and chaos. Oh, whoa, I nearly just completely blew myself to smithereens. There we go. There we go. That's much, much better. Couple of poison heal kits right here. We'll need to hang on to those.
Some medicine.
Not coming across too many poisonous animals for right now, but we will. You can rest assured on that. And as we climb up into here, our rifleman may be after us. So let's... Surprise! Almost. Surprise! Nope. He's gone. Which means he's down that corridor, if memory serves. He ain't gonna know what's hit him. Absolutely not, my friend. Absolutely not. Now we have a long-range rifle, which will absolutely come in helpful for us. How have we still not found any treasure? By the way, I am sure that we have missed some. Never mind. Okay, guys, you know what time it's for. Yes, it is. And by what time it's for, I mean what it's time for? Is that what I mean? I think it's what I mean. Good. Good. And then we have a pit. I don't think it's a lethal pit. Nope. Would have been if we'd have fallen from the top there, I suppose, but... Oh, no, wait. I think I know where all the treasures are in this level. There's like an underwater maze. Hey! Whoa, no! Oh, he only pulled the whip out. That's not ideal. Still, fortunately, this guy likes to make sure that he doesn't miss. Takes his time to aim. Good job. Well done, that man. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, there's some treasure.
Look what I found.
Yes, there is a small underwater maze in this level, which is where I think most of this level's treasure is hidden away. So we are probably going to start to come across it now. Don't think we've got anything else here. Now, if memory serves, I want to leave that explosive barrel right there for just a fraction longer, because in here is a lever we pull which enables a cutscene demonstrating more Russian.
Comrade Dr. Volodnikov, we have Narushитель in our sight.
Capture him if possible. Otherwise, stреляй the dog.
Da, sir.
See, what is a Narushitelь and what on earth is Strelili? Hopefully I've gone and translated that and found it out for you. I will be right back. I need to deal with the rest of my lunch. 1 second. Okay, I have 15 minutes to get this level fixed. Fixed? Finished. Sorted. Whatever. Okay, so first things first is we charge out here and we slam that explosive barrel to take one of them out. And then we slam some bullets into the second one right there. That is a flawless execution. In many ways, I suppose. In many ways. Alrighty, let's roll onwards. We had this gate open right here, which allows us to pull this crate and access the underwater maze I mentioned earlier. I shall attempt to get as many of the treasures as possible. However, I am mildly unfamiliar with the maze. I know kind of my way around. Well, I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for to be able to navigate the maze. That's assuming that things haven't changed too much. So let's do the old trick. Let's follow the left-hand wall for as long as we can. There are air pockets, so we don't have to worry too much. But nevertheless, I don't actually think it's that complicated either. I seem to remember this maze felt like an absolute riddle when I was younger. Whereas I don't think it's that bad. We have got a map, by the way. I haven't chatted about the map. If we press the M key, we have a map function right here. Which is... I mean, I don't know if this is actually useful or not. I never really found the map that useful. I found the wireframes just like too confusing to look at, so I never really bothered with it. I've just realised we're running out of air. Yeah, I never really bothered with the wireframes because I just think they're confusing and difficult to look at. Now, there's nowhere to get out of this maze other than the exit, so that's why I'm not really paying much heed to these extra air bubbles, because the only way out is, or the only way that you can actually get out is by going through the exit or back out through the entrance. This maze is feeling actually kind of tolerable so far. I don't know what past me was so distressed about with this section. Like I said, I don't think past me was... I don't even think present me is very good at video games either. I think this is the way out. And if it is, that's not what I'm after. It is the way out. I remember that lighting very distinctly. Very distinctly indeed. Let's just catch some air before we duck out. Because I want to just quickly dive back into the maze and make sure I got all the treasure. You know, we started on a high. We started on 10. We may as well see if we can keep that going for a little while. I feel like I can get all 10 in this level. However, I'm fairly sure the next one will be a bit of a no, unfortunately. Have I just gone back the way I came? I have. That's not ideal. We want to swing to the right here. That's it. And then just quickly see if there's any other ways to dive down, like this way right here, which has two ways to go. We can go this way, which I'm assuming leads us to somewhere we have already been, i.e. yes it does, just past the entrance right there. So what happens if I were to swim just off to the left down here? I'm assuming this is where a treasure is. Because yes, I was just about to say, I'm sure there was a gold bar down here. I was right on at least one of those words. Alright, oh no! Oh, he didn't check his air level and he hasn't saved either. Uh-oh. Okay, that was really... really stupid. I'm gonna bet pretty much every penny I own that you're sat there watching this going, your air's running out. Find it hard to breathe with no air. And Indy was. He certainly was. Still haven't saved though. Maybe when I get out of the water maze I should probably save, because I don't fancy replaying the entirety of the level again. That's more of a late game thing. You shouldn't be having to replay entire levels because you died on the second level. That is embarrassing. Okay, so now we've finished the water maze. We have two ways. We can go right just there, which leads us onto the rest of the level, or left leads us to this door right here. For some reason the door won't open. It's because we haven't got a key and he didn't even try to open it. That leads back to where we just were. So we can go down here, and as you can see there's a big iron door in our way. Not much to do about that, unfortunately.
Hey, остановись! Здравствуйте, товарищ. Open the door. I'm here to deliver supplies. You know, dig stuff. Whatever you need, I've got it.
Ты шпион? Мне прекрасно стрелять шпионов.
What?
Hello, Dr. Jones. Welcome to Babel. I'm Simon Turner. Remember? CIA? Sophia works for me.
Oh, you stole the cogwheel.
And our commie friends don't even know it's gone. Volodnikov's a hopeless academic, not a field man, and frankly, I need clues he doesn't have. That's why you got tapped. You're a famous archaeologist. I'm just a spy. This should get you through the door. By the way, rumor has it they found a gold statuette of the winged god Marduk. Be awful nice to have that.
CIA runs a museum.
The company runs a hive of soulless bureaucrats, but I am a passionate collector.
I'll bet you are.
Ooh, drama and discussion. So, we have a rifle here. Some more bullets for that gun. Very much appreciated. I think there's some more. Yeah, so I think there's some more soldiers. I have no time for these. Well, I do have time. I need the ammo, really. The more ammo we can recover from soldiers as we wander around, the less ammo that we have to buy as our adventure progresses, which means the more money we have to spend on health kits, which, if I'm going to keep on making stupid mistakes like forgetting to come up for air, are going to be very necessary purchases indeed. Let's chuck the key in this keyhole right here. Where are you? Metal key. In you go. Door opens automatically, because video games, that's a lot of explosives. Fortunately, we have a gun that we can use, and because movie physics... And then we can just roll down to the sinkhole it created. Nice little jingle to accompany us as well. That's the other thing about this game. So not only do you get the jingle when you do a whip maneuver like that, for the first time. Doesn't do it every single time you do like the swing across. But just every now and then it just punctuates cool little moments like that with another little flourish. Presumably without the reed breaking in the trumpet like it did just then. But that's the idea. Come on, Indy. Up you go. That's right. We are approaching the final stage of this level now. There's not much longer to go. Just a couple of puzzles to solve and we are there. Something cool you can do with your lighter is occasionally you will see these little things right here that look like they should be lit. You can light those. And then they just provide a nice little light source for you should you need them. This is much more needed in a later level. Not so much in this one. They're just decorative, really. Let's pull this block out, and then that'll activate an elevator. And I guess Mr. Otis didn't invent the elevator after all.
Mr. Otis didn't actually invent the elevator after all. Turner was right about Volodnikov. A good digger would have found this long ago.
You see, I can't help myself. I know the dialogue. I know the dialogue. So we come into this room here, and it's all mysterious. We have a funny shape on the wall. We have a disc and what looks like an engine missing a component.
What do you know? Sophia's little gift has a purpose.
And as a result of that, we can now access the final set piece for this level. And what a set piece it is as well. Let's go and have a look.
Okay, where am I? Nebuchadnezzar's library, maybe. Shh, don't disturb the patrons. Well, that's easy. They've been dead for thousands of years.
This game does do this kind of thing incredibly well. Like, it does have really awesome looking set pieces, and it knows its strengths, this game, and it plays to them. The controls are kind of bad. They're not bad necessarily. They are clunky. You may have kind of gotten that impression while we've been playing. They are kind of clunky, and it does feel like piloting a tank some of the time. But I'm willing to overlook that because the game is great.
Now what?
There's some treasure right there. How are we doing on the old treasure front, actually? We're on like 5? We are on 5. Okay, so there's 5 more. And one of which is up there. I think there's a second one in this room. I don't know. I don't think we've done it, you know? I think we're just short. I think we're just short. Which is a shame, but never mind. Never mind. It was never going to last. We were never going to get 10 out of 10 for 100% of the levels. And it's fine. It's absolutely fine. As long as we have enough to purchase the medical supplies that we're going to need, that's all that matters to me.
Hey.
There's another idol right there. Thanking you. And we just need to push this box out. I mean, it's not a box, is it? It's like a massive stone, really. Couldn't call it a crate either. What would you call that? This big cube, I guess. I don't know. So now within this room there are 3 stone tablets we need to collect that match up to the shapes that we saw on the wall in the room with the engine part in it. So that's what we're after now. You can see one of them there just in the bottom left. That's what we're going to go and grab in a moment. There's also that red ruby gem over there that would be nice to have, but we need to try and work our way over to that one. Let's grab this. This is the first piece of the tablet.
What's this?
Part of a cuneiform tablet.
Uniform tablet.
Certainly is, Indy. Took the words right out of my mouth. I'm going to try and stop talking along with the dialogue, because that's not what you're here for. Let me pick up the second piece right here.
Fragment of text.
A fragment of text indeed. And of course, that causes a collapse in the terrain. Now, I believe there's 2 ways to get this ruby. You can jump from that crate over there, or you can do it in the more difficult way as I do it, which is to kind of roll onto it from here. I don't know why I make life more difficult for myself, but apparently I do. Here we go! Oh, like a pro! And then that one drops down as soon as you've left it, which is great. So we pick up the ruby right here, and then we need to find the button. Where are you? There you are. Can roll onto this as well. We can overshoot that as well, which is fine. Fortunately, all the terrain collapsed, which means that now we do have a kind of platform to jump back up to it. Just not from this one here, apparently. That's fine, we can get up here. Now, the reason why we need to jump on that button is for what Simon Turner was talking about, the gold statuette of the winged god Marduk, which would be awful nice for him to have. We need to step on that button so that we can gain access to that. And actually, even though it sounds like it's optional, it won't let us finish the level until we retrieve that. So we do need to get that. Perfect. And then we'll grab that, and then grab the last piece of the tablet, and then we are pretty much home free and dry. There's the gold statuette of the winged god Marduk. Be awful nice to have that.
Well, well, look at this. Marduk, wings and all. Not bad as priceless treasures go.
Good find, Indy. Are there any other little treasures in here? No? How many have I got? 7. Oof. We ain't gonna find more between here and the end of the level. Means I must have missed some, obviously, because we're not gonna find them all. But you know what I mean. There's the last piece, and this doesn't look good. Normally you'll see a situation like this and you'll get the warning music, as you may have heard, and Indy will also telegraph it as well by saying something like, "I sense a trap," or "something's wrong." And that's how you deal with that. You can of course just crawl underneath them as well if you so wish. But we're just gonna do that twice. Perfect. Without dying, which is also very good indeed. And that concludes our little stint here in Nebuchadnezzar's library, which means that now we are able to put all the pieces of tablet into the funny shaped hole in the wall and finish the level. Let's just spin around and pop all 3 of those in, and then there's a cutscene, which whilst that is playing, I'm going to go and turn the oven off because my lunch is ready.
Here, but I can't read it. Some of the tablets are missing.
You might be able to hear the beeping in the background.
But I still can't read anything.
It's okay, Indy. It'll all make sense. Here's the last piece, and I will be right back.
Now it starts to make sense. Let's see here. Make welcome seeker know that it was Nebuchadnezzar, in heed of the writing that Marduk made appear unto him, who builded the great engine. Having no understanding, the rabble hath thrown down his work, but 4 trusted disciples are scattered upon the face of the earth, and the relics go with them. Wouldst thou tread the path of knowledge, look eastward. Ergon it is who flees to the heavenly mountains, where Shambhala holds a mighty secret. Heavenly mountains. I wonder if that means the Tian Shan Range.
Alrighty then, so we are heading off to Russia, and yeah, sure enough, we have got 2 treasures out of the 3 we're missing, but not enough. That's unfortunate. Never mind, never mind. So now we need to head off to the Tian Shan mountain range, which, if I'm not mistaken, straddles the border between China and Kazakhstan. So let's go and finish the level. It is done. Now, where's the side that we get out from? There it is. Alright, let's finish this.
Ah, Jones, there you are. Got a statue for me?
Will this do?
It just might. Anything else?
According to the inscription, the tower once housed a great engine. When the Babylonians smashed the thing, 4 priests escaped with the parts.
Taking them where?
Not sure, except in one case. Some fellow named Ergon headed for the Heavenly Mountains. There's a crude map of Central Asia.
That's not much help.
Might be enough. The Tian Shan Range straddles the border between China and Kazakhstan. The name translates as Heavenly Mountains.
Kazakhstan? Last time I looked, that was Soviet territory.
Maybe I won't show the border guards my passport.
Okay, buddy, it's your funeral.
There we go. Level 2 in Babylon has been completed. As mentioned, we will be heading off to the Heavenly Mountains in the next part of our adventure, tracking down this fellow named Ergon. What mysteries await us in Russia? Or near to Russia? We shall find out. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do feel free to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below letting me know what you thought. And if you really liked it, maybe you'd consider subscribing and sharing the video with your friends. I shall see you next time. Thank you very much. I am going to purchase some supplies for the next level, which I will see you in. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.